Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Sara Raymond with The Mindful Movement. Today I am bringing you a short Pilates workout focusing on your abdominals. Make sure you make any adjustments you need to make sure your body is feeling good and healthy, and let's get started. Coming to standing on your mat, take a big breath in, lift your arms, lift your chest, and exhaling your arms down. And next time we'll take a roll down, breathing in, and exhale, nodding your chin toward your chest, rolling slowly down, articulating one vertebra at a time. Inhaling at the bottom, let your neck and shoulders be soft. And then as you exhale, you'll soften your knees. Begin to lift your navel toward your spine to roll yourself up. And taking your time, we'll do that 2 more times. Breathing in, lifting the arms, and exhaling, starting from the crown of the head, working through your upper back, your mid back, using your abdominals to support you as you roll your hips over your thighs. Letting go at the bottom as you inhale. And then exhale. Start by tilting your tailbone down towards your heels, lifting your belly, rolling up so that your head will be the very last to come up on top of your spine. 1 more time, breathing in and out, rolling down. Inhaling at the bottom. And then exhaling, softening your knees, just enough to move through your pelvis, then working your way up your spine. And then we'll take 1 more roll down just to get to the floor. So standing at the end of your mat, if you're not already, breathing in and out, rolling down. And this time as you get to the bottom, walk your hands out and come to your hands and knees. Lining yourself up with your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And then let's take 1 cat-cow just to feel the range in your spine, rounding up and then arching down. And then let's come to the middle of those 2 points. So we're not in either of those extremes. And then from there, maintaining a neutral or a straight spine, drawing your abdominals in, we're going to reach 1 arm and opposite leg out. And then lowering back down. So we'll use our exhale to reach with as little shifting in the spine as possible. And then inhale to lower. Inhaling long and exhaling back down. Do 1 more on each side. Starting to wake up through your core, your abdominals, your back muscles, all the muscles that attach to the hips and the pelvis. And then curling your toes under, finding again that neutral spine. So you may have a little bit of a natural curve in your low back. Just maintain whatever your natural curves are. And then drawing your abdominals up and in. We'll float our knees off the floor without changing your spine. And then lower them back down. Keeping your shoulders wide again, exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. And this next time we're gonna lift, and if you're comfortable extending 1 leg back, we'll practice that. If not, just leave your knees down and go back to the arm and opposite leg reach. All right, so here we go. Exhale, draw your abdominals in, lift your knees, hold there for a moment. See if you can, nice and stable, pick 1 leg up and reach it back. You can hear my voice shaking. This is not easy. And then the other. And we'll do 1 more on each side. And 1 more. And then lowering your knees down, uncurling your toes. Just press back, stretch out through your wrists and your low back. And then just taking a moment to stretch our wrists. So we'll take our the backs of your hands down on the mat, flipping your palms up. And just breathing there, nice and easy. All right, and we'll make our way to a seated position with your knees bent, feet flat. And then at first, let's hold behind our knees to lift our posture up. So finding that lifted spine, maybe you feel your sit bones on the mat beneath you. And then with your next exhale, let's just tip the hips back. So we find ourselves now off the back of the sit bones, where you have a little bit of curve in your low back. Your belly is drawing in toward your spine, and your shoulders are light and down your back. And then as you exhale, let's roll back from that position just to a point where your arms straighten. You're still feeling like you have a little bit of support from your arms, and then back up again. We'll just come to that point where we're still behind our sit bones. And then moving through that again, exhale, round back. And inhaling forward. A couple more times, rolling back. Feel the pelvis like a wheel or a dial, rolling back away from your thighs. And up again. Let's do one more. And then this time, if you're feeling like it's right for your body, reach your arms forward. If not, keep your hands behind your thighs. Start your next exhale again. Roll back. Tip the hips back. Maybe this time you feel like you are comfortable to go a little farther. And then back up. So range of motion, we're working just as far as we can stay rounded. So if you feel your back start to flatten out again, you know you've gone too far. And up again. Let's do two more like that. Exhaling to roll back. And inhaling up. One last time. So letting your focus, your attention be on the pelvis tipping back. Hip bones roll away from the thigh bones. So that when we come into our next exercise, you have that pattern already going. So making sure you have enough room to roll back behind you. Let's find our balance point here. So picking your feet up, you're still again behind your sit bones. And then we're going to practice that same roll back with our feet off the mat. So we maybe don't go quite as far. Tilt your hips and then back up again. And again, exhale, rolling back. I find that I need to have a little bit of patience here so I don't go too fast. And again, exhale, rolling back. It does take a little bit of encouragement to be in control. And then you can stay with this if it feels good for you, or if you need to lower your feet down, you can lower your feet down. Otherwise, we're going to take it into rolling like a ball. So we're going to, just like the name says, come into a ball shape. So holding somewhere on your shins, close to your ankles if you can, bringing your forehead towards your knees. So we're in this ball shape. And like before, we patiently use our roll back of the pelvis to initiate. So we'll roll back on our inhale and exhale. Coming back to that balance point, trying to maintain this shape as best you can. And inhale, roll back and exhale. Ooh, finding that balance point. I'll reset my center. Let's do two more. This one is not an easy one for me. Rolling back and up. One more time. And then this time we're going to use that roll back to set up for some abdominal work on our back. So we'll hold one leg, straighten the other leg out, and then using that roll back of the pelvis, slowly roll down, this time all the way to the ribs. And then we're already set up for our next exercise. So we're going to exhale, switch our legs. Inhale, inhale. So keeping our abdominals curled up, our head and shoulders, curled up, using our abdominals. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Trying to keep our pelvis still. And then bringing both knees in. If you need to lower your head at any point for some support, you can do that, or hands behind your head is a nice modification. So from here, we're going to inhale, reach our legs out, reach our arms back overhead without dropping our head, and then exhale, come back to that start position. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll just take a quick break here, rolling head down, and just gently turn your head side to side. Taking some nice deep breaths. Let your breath aid in your recovery. And then a few times side to side through your hips and legs. All right, we're gonna make our way back to that abdominal curl position one more time. So from this position, nodding your chin toward your chest, curling your head and shoulders up, trying to come right to the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. And then we'll come back into that. Actually, we're gonna straighten our legs this time. So your legs are straight. We're gonna hold behind one leg, not so high that you're feeling like your hips are not level to one another. And then we'll lower the other leg. So it's going to be a pulse, pulse. With the exhale, inhale, they switch. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So just maintaining a stable pelvis as best you can. All right, last one. And then lifting both legs. Glue your legs together. We're going to take our hand behind our head, hands behind our head. And then this time, keeping your low back touching the mat, you're going to lower your legs on your exhale. That's about as far as I go. And then come back up. So just being really honest with your range here, not going too low. Let you feel your back move. Exhale. And inhale one last time. Not a high rep exercise. And then from there, we'll bend our knees and go into crisscross. So rotating to one side as you straighten the other leg. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. Keep your head heavy in your hands so it's a support rather than pulling on your neck. Exhale. Inhale, center. We'll do one more to each side. And then come through center again, lower your head down. Take a moment, maybe circle your knees around. And then changing directions. And then we're gonna keep our head down for the next one. So keep the neck out of it. Arms will go a little wider outside of your shoulders to help you support yourself here so that we can keep our shoulders down on the mat. And we're going to start with our legs in tabletop. So knees will be together and bent, feet together, shoulders relaxed but still anchored onto the floor. And then keeping your feet and knees together, we'll rotate to one side as we inhale and then exhale. Think about using your abdominals to pull your hips back. Inhale. So one hip will lift, but the shoulders stay down. And exhale to come back. Do one more on each side like this. Inhale and exhale. So now we have that rotation happening from the lower portion of our spine. So you can stay with this variation where the knees are bent, or if you're comfortable with your legs straight, you may have to engage your abdominals a little more intentionally here. Still trying to keep your feet together, legs together. We're going to inhale to one side. You may have to be a little shorter range of motion. And exhale to center. Inhale across to the other side and exhale to center. One more to that second side. And then bending your knees. And then a little bit of a release here, breathing deep into your belly and out through your mouth. All right, and then taking that side to side range of motion into a circle. So again, you can keep your knees bent and think about circling from your thighs, or if you're comfortable with your legs straight, circling the full length of your leg. So we'll inhale to one side, exhale, the legs lower as they cross over the center. You roll over to the other side and then pull your legs back up. Switching directions. Inhale, first half of your circle. Exhale back. Inhale around. Exhale left. Let's do one more each side. And then bending your knees here. Nice deep breath. All right, almost there. We're gonna hold behind our thighs, nod your chin toward your chest, and then use your legs pushing into your hands to roll yourself up, nice and steady. And then from your seated position, you're gonna come down onto your elbows. So the elbows are just behind your shoulders, supporting you and lifting your chest. If this is not comfortable for your elbows, you go back onto your back, or your shoulders, excuse me, if your shoulders aren't so happy here. All right, so from here we'll lift up through our chest so our shoulders are down away from our ears, and then bring one leg up and the other. So again, we'll find that position where our knees are together, feet are together. We're gonna rotate, basically the same exercise, but lift it up onto your shoulders. And then around and back up. Just being cautious you're not going too low with your legs, that you feel your back arching, or maybe you feel like you're being lifted up off the ground. Don't want to go that far. And then if you feel like you have the control and the range of motion to keep your back straight with your legs straight, keep your back still. We just don't want our back to arch from where it is. So inhaling over to one side. Oh, this is a lot harder. Legs are heavy. Inhale and exhale around. Do one more in each direction. And then bending your knees. And we'll just take a quick stretch here. So soles of the feet together. And just allowing your upper back, upper body to fold over your legs. Breathing to relax through your abdominals, your back, your shoulders, wherever else you might be sensing any tension. All right, so coming back up to seated. So we're going to do one more rolling like a ball variation. So this one, we're going to cross our ankles. So you're going to hold either at your shins or your heels or your ankles, or if you can reach to the pinky toe side of your feet, we're going to go there. So similar to the first variation, we're using that roll back of the pelvis to initiate the movement. This time we're going to come to the shoulders, pause, switch your ankle cross, and come back up. So just be very careful you're not rolling onto your head and neck. All right, here we go. So start with your exhale, roll back, little pause, switch your legs, and then in theory, you come back up to balance at the top. All right, again, rolling back, exhale, little pause, you stop the flow of momentum, and then you come back up at the top. Exhale. Whoop, too far. Too far. Let's try that one again. Rolling back. And up, that one was better. All right, now we're gonna do 3 or 4 more. You can choose how many. And as you're going, feel your legs, see which ankle cross feels more comfortable. You'll feel one makes more sense in your body than the other. And then start to visualize, you won't do it yet, but you'll start to visualize the process of rolling yourself up to standing. Just visualize first. We'll give it a shot. Here we go, rolling back. Switching your legs and coming up. And again, visualize that process of now going up into a standing position. So rolling back and up. And we'll do one more and we'll roll ourselves up to standing. So you reach your arms forward and you lift yourself up. And then we're gonna turn, take our arms down, and then finish up with a roll down to push up. Inhale our arms up. Exhale, we roll down. We're going to walk our hands out, hand over hand down the center of the mat, separate out to a high plank, hands under shoulders. So you can either stay here, just work on holding. You can lower your knees down and do 3 to 5 push-ups, or you can keep your knees up. So choose a position that you can sustain good form. So that means head in line with shoulders, in line with your nice straight hips. So you're lowering down and up if you're doing your push-ups here. And then we'll lift knees if they're off and just pike back up, lowering your heels down towards the floor. And then walking ourselves back as steady as you can down the center of your mat. And we return to our forward fold position. And then we roll up just like we started. And then when you get to your standing posture, let's take one more breath together. Inhale. And exhale. And that's your Pilates for abdominal focus. Thanks for joining me today.